Oh, sorry about my dear civilian consultant here being all, wow, gee willikers, thanks, Mr. Police Officer, for letting us solve crimes for you when you aren't too busy bullying the poor. They're new. They don't know how things are done around here. Oh, face it, Andrew. You need me here as badly as you need a decent lay and an aftershave. The only captains I address and salute are Kirk and Crunch. Thank you very much. Those are at least respectable gentlemen. What do we got here? Oh, right. I do actually need to explain things. It looks like the body was burned at temperatures of at least 400 degrees. It's not crematorium hot, which is about 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit or more, but it definitely leaves behind 3rd and 4th degree burns. This chump would have had better luck at a bonfire. What? Oh, I'm sorry. Am I rubbing salt in the wound? I'm the detective around here. I determine what's casually insensitive. The point here is that our dearly departed. It looks like whoever burned this body wasn't looking to destroy the evidence of their crimes. Sure, fingerprints and facial recognition is all but shot, but anybody who has watched a cop procedural in the past 10 years knows that dental records can be used to identify a victim, as well as various other aspects of this individual, like their piercings or tattoos. Honestly, it's like this was baby's first-degree murder up in here. At this rate, I bet you on 100 feet we'll encounter a murder weapon. Oh, what? I'm not allowed to insult a murderer either. Then who else can I make potshots at? You? You're a bit too sensitive for that, my dear criminal consultant. Of course it was a murder. Look at the way that only half of the body is burnt. The top half, specifically. It's perfect symmetry. That does not happen naturally. Not to mention the way the burn marks effectively framed the body. Oh, no. This was no accident. And of course, the obvious facts. We're outside our apartment complex. Given that we were able to find their key on them, the lack of scorch marks, or even locations to set a fire don't indicate any sort of camping or smoking-related accidents, thank heavens. And fire is considered one of the most painful ways to die. Think about it. Hypothermia is a slow, clingy, lingering, suffering sort of death that fills someone with a deep, deep ache in their bones and a sense of bitter helplessness at their situation before they curl in on themselves and die. They aren't necessarily desperate to not die. Not dying only means more suffering to come, but rather, simply, to not feel that particular way anymore. Burning alive isn't like that. Burning alive puts all your senses on high alert, but all they can feel is pain. That's all that registers. It's not hours of lingering over a life ending like this. It's minutes. It's seconds of suffering as your body falls apart beneath the wrath of such flickering, playful flames, and you are rendered nothing more, nothing less than ash and soot. Sometimes all you have is your fire, really. But hey, I suppose that's the torture of staying alive. If this dear, unidentifiable individual had a choice in how they had to die, why would they set themselves on fire when they could have just fallen asleep? Or just said surprise me to see if they could end up on BuzzFeed Unsolved. I mean, that's where I want to head when all this is over. There's no pearly gates in the sky, just the reality of 2 internet guys yucking it up over how my corpse ended up at that clown's birthday party. Well, I don't know where my corpse is going to end up, but it doesn't matter. Not to me, anyhow. That's not the point. Even if it's clearly closed caskets for this chick, the fact of the matter is that this is clearly a murder. And that whoever murdered them took the time out of the day to make sure that they'd suffer a lot. So I suppose it's the usual suspects. Jilted ex-lovers, business partners looking for some insurance fraud, siblings winning more than their fair share of the will. Poke around in those corridors and see what you turn up. I totally have faith in you guys to show me something good. Even you, Andrew. Now, if you'll excuse us. They need me more than they need any detective on that damn squad. That's why I can talk to them any way I want. And do whatever I want on investigations. Well, it's not about what I'm able to do in front of them. It's what I can do behind the scenes. Every crime committed has its own unique, if not grubby, fingerprints. By being able to laugh and joke without suspicion, I'm able to observe clues I normally wouldn't have access to, and understand more and more about the criminal's profile in question. From there, it's just my magnificent people skills that draw me to the sort of strange and unusual people who would commit such a crime of passion in the first place. Isn't that right, dear? I may be what you'd call a terrible detective, but I think you should know your place as a rather terrible killer. Well, at the moment, I can tell you're grappling with something. You don't want to kill me, but you certainly don't want to rot in prison for killing your sister's horrendous ex-lover. Or me, for that matter. I'll give you this. I have 7 brothers, and I don't think I've received so much as a Christmas card from them in the last 5 years. So, I doubt they'd even kill for me. Oh, I know a lot about you. You have fascinated me for quite some time now, to be quite honest. Years, actually. It's like the strings of fate itself had to play cat's cradle for us to meet. But we did. That must mean something. To somebody. Well, it means something to me. When we met, how I decided you were the one, those are all manifestos for later days. If ever. They don't matter to me like you do now. All that matters is that we're together in the here and the now of today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, and so on and so forth. And we will remain together from this moment on. Careful, careful now. Watch that temper of yours. There's only one Spitfire allowed in this relationship, and it's the one with the serpent's tongue resting behind her teeth. I'm the only one at this point in time that knows of your crimes. It probably won't take them very long to figure out things, considering I know of toddlers that would be less sloppy than you when it comes to staying inside the lines, but a little misdirection here, a missing piece of evidence there, could very well lead to a cold case. Of course, you could kill me in the car now. I know you carry a pocket knife, but considering our location, my ties to the police, as much as I hate those pigs, and the fact that we were last seen together, then you're just making yourself a clearer and clearer suspect by the minute. Either they get you, or I get you. I love you. I love your quick wit, and your down-to-earth perspective, and that dang smile of yours. I want it all on my own, as cheesy as it sounds to say. To say I lived at all before I knew you would be a lie, and to say I could live without you now would be untrue. But I guess this is all up to you, really. Give me this. I'm an asshole, but I'm a fair asshole. You just gotta pick who you want to spend your life sentence with. The state, or me.